Yo, what's happening, Raider Nation? It's your boy Soto here. You know what it is. Raiders versus the world. Talk about the team and the world loves to hate, your Las Vegas Raiders. Okay, when you sit back and you want to put together a player to call a Raider, you can't do much better than MAXX CROSBY. Okay, the fact that just his look, menacing look, the tats, just how he's built, just strong, long, lanky, quick off the ball. Just the dog mentality, a tireless worker, the leadership he has. There's not much more you can add to MAXX CROSBY's game, his leadership, or who he is as a person if you want to get like a prototypical Raider out there. With the addition of Pete Carroll as head coach, you're having a guy that's going to be able to kind of foster that out of most of the people, if not everyone on the team. But still, MAXX CROSBY is the key cog in this machine to make everything run the way we need it to. And he sat down on media day with the boys, and we're going to listen to that real quick. But before we do, I want to make sure everyone please like, comment, and subscribe to this video. It's an excellent way to support the channel. It's absolutely free to do, and it's the bare minimum you can do to support the channel besides doing absolutely nothing, just watching the video. But of course, I always do appreciate that. All right, guys, MAXX CROSBY, he is on a bounce back season this season. He had a rough season last year. He was, full strength for like almost 2 games. At the end of the Baltimore game is when he hurt his ankle the first time. He missed the next game and never 100%. Got hurt again, then missed the rest of the season. It was a frustrating year for MAXX CROSBY because he worked so hard to get to where he was, to have injuries derail the production that he wanted to get and help the team. This bounce back season is not just about on the field, not just about off the field with his a bunch of the things he does as far as his cherries and stuff like that, but the leadership he's able to bring, and also how he's able to grow as a leader, having Pete Carroll there being another example of what you should be as a leader on a football team. So it's a lot of growth, a lot of just a step forward in MAXX CROSBY's whole entire game as a player, a person, and a leader on and off the field. So let's get right away up to MAXX CROSBY's media day interview.
He should have more than that. Here we go. One of our highlights of Media Day. MAXX CROSBY joins us, and we always look forward every year, Max, to our conversation, because this year we got the element of the fans. What do you think of that?
Hey, it's nothing better. Raider Nation, baby. You already know.
All right, let's dive right into it. We ask you every year about your excitement. Last year with the injury, taking care of business, being ready now. What was the offseason like for you?
It's been here. It's been here. It's been incredible, though. Just getting to be able, to reset. Unfortunately, getting injured for the first time, and having to, miss games was it was a whole different challenge mentally. But honestly, it was an opportunity for me to grow. At the beginning, it was really hard for me not being able to be at practice, be with my teammates, things like that. But I got to see the game from a different perspective. I got to grow. I got to go through a lot of adversity. It was not easy at first, but I'm 100% healthy. Mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, everything is on point, and that's what matters the most. So it's been an incredible offseason so far, for sure.
Max, it seems that you every year kind of find that whatever it is out there, and it kind of drives you. What is it this year that's keeping that great spirit that you have there?
Yeah, honestly, I think that edge, that motivation, all those things are a part of what makes me myself. God blessed me with a mindset to always want to have something to prove at all times, and that never changes. For me, it's more about proving myself right. It's more internal than anything, because everything external is opinion. You know what I mean? The people, the fans, the things, going on outside, everyone's going to always have something to say, whether it's positive or negative. But for me, it's about proving myself right. And I truly believe I'm the best in the world at what I do, and I'm looking to prove that every single down this year. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Max, kind of a strange question, because obviously the physicality of playing professional football, I don't think any normal person could actually know what that's like. But what hurt more last year? The actual ankle injury happening when it did, that like second to last, if not the last play of the game in week 2, or having to sit out and watch everything as the season went on?
Honestly, the hardest part was the first time, in Baltimore, getting a huge win. I had one of my better games I played in my career, and I literally get hurt right at the end of the game, and I'm so excited about getting the win. Yeah. I could barely walk off the field, so it's like a double-edged sword, and it was tough because I'm in there celebrating with the guys. We're all fired up, but I know in the back of my head, like, I don't know. Right. I've never felt like that, you know what I mean? And it was really tough. The second time, obviously, it was horrible, having to, being told you have to get surgery. I have no choice at this point. That was tough as well. But honestly, it's just, I think everything happens for a reason. You know what I mean? A career is a long duration of time. And, you look at all the greats, the Kobes, the MJs, there's points in their careers where they had to miss significant time and they got hurt, but it's how they responded that matters. And that's just part of my career. People are always going to have an opinion. I've heard, even in the offseason, I remember and I heard and seen everything. And I take note of that, and I love it because, people always have, this opinion about I need to take more snaps off, I need this, I need that. And they don't understand what I do every single day. They don't understand the preparation, what I put into it. Unfortunately, injuries are going to happen. You're not going to play football and not have injuries. That's just what comes with it. You know that better than anybody. Yep. That's what comes with it. But it's been an incredible offseason, just being with my teammates, being with my guys, really honing into the details and this new regime, and it's been a lot of fun.
Great segue, because as a leader, the way I know you, you always get behind every regime. Some end, coaches are gone, GM's gone. What is different about this one? If you can share with us, Pete Carroll, and this competition, Pete, and what competition's like, because a lot of the other coaches you played for were all about competition too. Yeah. This is kind of next level.
Yeah, it's something I've, at this level, like, I've never experienced it. And it's just, having a guy who's a proven winner at whatever level he's been at, from college at USC to the pros in Seattle for all those years, just being around it, it makes sense why he's had so much success in his career. People, joke about, the age and stuff like that, and I give him, I give him some flack sometimes.
You have to.
But that's the type of person he is. He loves a challenge. He loves to compete in everything he does, and he loves to win. Like, it's not just compete, it's about winning at the end of the day. And, he's all about that. So, yeah, it's been so much fun. He makes the environment, makes showing up to work enjoyable every day, and that's something you can't take for granted, right? Because it's been rough in the past at some years. Like, that's just reality. But yeah, it's been a whole shift of just energy, and it's not just the players and not what's just being said, it's the action behind it. And he's all about coaching the coaches and getting everybody else on board. He's holding everybody accountable, and that's it makes it unbelievable because everyone's held to that same standard. So it's been so much fun. Coach Carroll is incredible. He's been we haven't been with each other for very long, but just being with him so far this offseason and spending a lot of time upstairs watching more film together and just sitting and talking ball, like, the dude's obsessed, and that's how I am. Like, right. When you meet somebody that's on that same type of, like, I'm crazy about this, like, it's all I do. Me and him have that same conversation, and it literally from the first time I talked to him, it was just like, it was like a match made in heaven. So right. I love the guy, man. He's been so cool.
I know you like to dunk. Awesome. I know you like to dunk, but he keeps you honest with your jump shot. You can have to shoot anytime.
Oh no, anytime. Like the first meeting we had here, I did a shootout versus Jackson. And you guys, Jackson, how that went. But we had a shootout in there, and then on the field one day after practice, we got there's a hoop right over here on the indoor, and me and Gino did a shoot off. You know who won that too?
What?
But
your mid-range is like that?
That's deep ball, Steph Curry.
Oh, dude.
That's like, it's truly like, it's so much fun because you have to be ready at the same time. Like, we had just finished a practice. I'm taped up gloves and everything. He's like, Max, Gino, you're up, shootout. I'm getting somebody to cut off my gloves. I'm like, all right, I got to dry my hands off. I got to be ready because I'm not trying to lose. I'm trying to win.
Yeah.
And Pete's the same way. He's like, I don't care. Anytime he plays, we're gonna compete. So as a team, like, it just makes you closer to guys because you're all trying to win in everything you do. And it's been a lot of fun. But Coach Carroll, I got to give him credit. The dude, we played Pig one time early in the morning. Like, it was just him by himself. He was warming up, getting shots up. Me and Jackson walk in here, and he was like, "Let's go, let's run Pig." He didn't miss a single shot.
What?
Not a single shot.
He's like that?
I'm telling you, his mid-range game, it's that throwback, John Stockton, Bob Cousy type.
No, he's a Bob Cousy.
He's going to get mad.
Yeah.
But the dude doesn't miss. I'm going to be real. He's incredible. Yeah. Sure.
Max, you're one of the faces of the league, of course, the face of the franchise. How has your leadership style had to change, and how do you have to adapt with the new staff?
Yeah, that's honestly something that, over my years, over the years of my career, that's something I take really seriously. Captains aren't voted by aren't voted by the coaches. It's voted by the players and in your peers, the guys that you go to work with every single day. So I take a lot of pride in it. I feel like there's room for growth in every single area of my, on a personal level, from being a captain, from a player, to everything we do. So I want to be the best version of myself every time I step up and be around the guys, and I take it real seriously. So yeah, just being able to spend more time together. As a D-line, we've already been doing that for years now. Having dinners every week. We're like a family. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But it's about everybody. In this league, it's that's why football is the best sport, because it's the ultimate team sport. You can't just sign 2 guys and all of a sudden, boom, now we're title contenders.
Right.
It takes everyone to win, and I know that. And it's about bringing others with me, and I've been able to do that. And having a guy like Jackson Powers, having him, he's a young guy. He came in the league just wide-eyed, trying to just figure everything out, and having him really buy in and taking him under my wing has been incredible. We like this weekend, we went to 8 Lounge. We had the whole rookie class there watching the fights together and just having a good time and just spending real time together. So that's what it's all about, having real relationships. So on the field, and when it's real bullets are flying, you can talk to each other a certain way because it's not personal. You're just trying to get the best out of your guys.
I want to take you back a couple years, Max. Your rookie year, I accompanied your rookie class to the Google complex.
Yeah.
You guys were walking around, and I remember Josh Jacobs told me you came in, you were bleach blonde, you were the rapper, so to speak, at that time. He said you looked like Malfoy. If you could go back in time to see 2019 rookie Max, what would you tell him right now?
Wow. It feels like yesterday, but also like 20 years ago at the same time. Honestly, I would just tell him, keep going, never quit. That's honestly something I live by. I've been through a lot of adversity in my life. I've been through, some of it self-inflicted, some of it, out of my control, but that's life in general. You know what I mean? The most successful people I know have failed a million times over and over, and the people that don't make it to that level usually give up when it gets hardest. And for me, I've truly lived by that. And some of the the mentors in my life that I'm around on a daily basis and talk to, that's what I get from them. And that's why they're at a level that's even higher than me. You know what I mean? There's always another level you can get to, and that's how I live. So it's really it's about elevation and just growth in every way you can, because you never got it. You never have it figured out. You never have all the answers. When you think you do have all the answers, that's when you plateau and you start going the opposite way. And for me, like, I have so much more to accomplish in my career. I have so many things I want to do. I want to win a Super Bowl, win Defensive Player of the Years, first team All-Pros. Those are the things I'm trying to do. So yeah, I'm not even close to where I want to be. So like you said, all those, I got hurt last year. I had to hear, oh, is he falling off? Oh, it's time. You think he's, going to start hitting the backside of his career. Like, no, like, I'm just getting started. So I really, I live by that every day. The second you start believing in, everything you tell yourself is what transpires in your life. I truly live by that, manifesting what you want to do, what you want to accomplish. If you don't truly believe it internally, it's never going to happen. So yeah, you got to keep going and keep pushing, for sure.
I want to talk about your foundation, which I'm involved with, and when I get a chance to see you, the Commitment to Excellence Award that you won 4 years in a row, and then you're involved with your alma mater at a different level. That announcement and the podcast that I'm aware of, when did you decide that you had the time and resources to help your alma mater, which helped give you your start to come to the NFL?
Yeah, absolutely. Eastern Michigan, I mean, is the same. It's similar to how, like, my loyalty to the Raiders, it starts, with Eastern. They were the only team to give me an offer. Coach Creighton, who's still there, over 10 years. You talk about MAC coaches. Usually MAC coaches are 2-3 years and they're out the door.
Right.
He's been there, and he's got that same type of mindset where he's not leaving until he gets a championship. That's how he talks. So that's why we get along so well. And I was a 17-year-old kid, just trying to figure it out, and he believed in me before I ever played the position. He just seen me at a camp, watched me play the basketball game, and he was like, I want you. And I look at it as, okay, this dude believed in me when really nobody else did. So I take it as, a source of pride, a source of, I can give back, and, all the things I've done in my career so far, being able to have the resources to give back to my school that believed in me is everything. So yeah, getting the assistant GM role has been incredible. And people, some people have their opinions, and how do you have time for it? And
Right.
I mean, all I have is time. At the end of the day, I'm not wasting time. My time is with my girls at home, my dogs, obviously at football all day, but in the off season, you know, on weekends, I'm not in the club. I'm not doing any of that. So I have time to really pour into my school and do the things that I've always dreamed about doing, and I'm doing it right now. So, yeah, you know, we have the collective with the NIL going on. We're building that up. We're being able to help with recruiting, you know, getting some D linemen, you know, some guys getting on the phone with other D linemen, you know what I mean? It's, if I look at it from the other perspective, you know, being able to talk to an NFL guy, a guy that's doing it at my level, it's, you know, you kind of put it into perspective and just try to give them light, because the whole college game is crazy right now. All the NIL stuff going on. Yeah. And I've had to be on the other side of it now. I'm trying to convince this dude, like, come on, bro. Like, I got you. I'm going to be your mentor. Come here. And they're like, well, I'm getting 100,000 from. I'm like, we don't have that right now. But it's a whole different battle and a challenge. And it's honestly, like, especially in the offseason when you have a lot more time to kind of be by yourself, like, I need another something to compete in and really you know, bring that out of me, because that's just how I am. So it's been really cool, and got to give a shout out to the whole staff at Eastern, because they've helped me so much, and it's been great so far.
Last one for me. I mean, the most important job you have is being a dad, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, what's going on on the dad front?
Oh my God, it's been unbelievable. She's 2.5 now. She's talking now. She's running everywhere. Yesterday, like, she does at least once a day where she'll go upstairs and she just starts doing down and back. And she's running 100 miles an hour. Touches the wall, sprints back. Like, she's already got the motor. She's a savage. So awesome. It's just funny, just like the experience of being able to help your own creation become the better version of yourself. You know what I mean? And seeing a little daughter, just like it brings out a different side of you. So it's been so good. She's amazing. She's happy, healthy, flying around, running the house. She needs a sibling now, because she definitely needs a sibling.
Breaking news.
She's getting too confident and demanding. We're like, okay, it's time to bring another one in. So yeah, we're working on that too.
Awesome. Thanks for doing this, Max. Everyone, let's hear it for Maxx Crosby.
Appreciate it.
Always appreciate your time. Always generous with us.
Wow, man. See, look, I keep saying this in every video. I love these types of interviews because it's more chill, it's more relaxed. Most of the time during the season, you get the guy, you know, in front of his locker after the game, or at the podium after the game, or, you know, getting ready for the week. And there's a bunch of reporters screaming questions at you and throwing their phones or their mics in your face. And you have to be very guarded about what you say, but you can be a little bit more relaxed during media day, because it's all Raiders employees. Guys aren't going to get you the gotcha moment or anything like that. And Max was able to open up a little bit. It was very difficult for him, knowing that he was as hurt as he was at the end. It was very difficult for Max, knowing he was as hurt as he was at the end of that Ravens game, because he's happy they won, but at what cost? You know, like, he knew that he was probably going to be out for a little bit, because he's never felt this pain or this type of injury before in himself. And unfortunately, he felt that again, and he had to have surgery and miss the rest of the season. But he said that he's back, you know, physically, mentally, emotionally, like, he's ready to go. And I really feel like this is something that is going to be an extra motivator for Maxx Crosby. He's already supremely driven, okay, and self-motivated and disciplined and dedicated. But this is going to give him that little extra chip on top to be able to push him that much more, because he knows he's coming off of a season that is not up to his standards, regardless of the circumstance. All right, guys, that's my time for today. Really appreciate you guys watching. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe to this video. It's an excellent way to support the channel. It's absolutely free to do, and it's the bare minimum you can do to support the channel, besides doing absolutely nothing, just watching the video. Guys, keep doing it, man. Keep killing it. Make sure you guys, the big 3 to do for me right now is to like, comment, and share to all your social medias, guys. You guys are killing it. I really appreciate it. It's all for Raider Nation. I do it for you guys. I hope you guys appreciate the content. That's my time, guys. Make sure everyone, please tell your friends, tell your haters, tell your mamas, tell everybody. Raiders versus the world is greatest thing going to Raider Nation today. All right, guys, that's my time. Until next time, everybody. Peace. Hey, Raider Nation. Thanks for watching. There's plenty more where that came from. Go ahead and smash that like button. Drop a comment. Make sure to subscribe and share to all your socials. It's the bare minimum you can do without doing absolutely nothing.